Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rocks with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. Alright, you guys, so I didn't tell you in the last video that I'm actually parked on the street right now because Mr. and Joe is cutting the grass and then somebody is washing the bike in the middle of our driveway. So I am on the street. So I have cars that are coming towards me, people that are walking up and down the street. There's quite a bit of distraction going on around me right now. But we gonna ignore it and get through this video insty way. But yeah, that's what's happening. That's why I keep on kind of looking around. If you guys see me kind of looking around, it's because it's a whole bunch. See, it's a car passing right now. That's my old mean neighbor. She won't talk to me. I don't know why. No, but listen, you ain't got to. I ain't begging nobody to talk to me either. Shit. I don't know if she's mean or not. The lady I've said hi a few times and she's just ignored me. So now I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, which is really uncomfortable not to speak to somebody. Like, I'm in the driveway with my dog and they right in the next driveway getting in their car, and then we don't never speak. It's harder for me to not speak than to speak, so it's... Anyway, y'all, I'm getting off track. How are you guys all feeling? How y'all living? How y'all doing? It's the Rona check-in. Here we are. I don't even know what week this is. Week 12, week 13, week 14 of our quarantine, and the It's Rocks household has escaped being infected by the virus once they gain. Hopefully you and yours are all safe out there as well, especially considering the cases are rising again. Now, we knew this was coming because we had Memorial Day weekend where people were out and about, and they had already said that, in 3 weeks we should be worrying about the cases spiking in certain areas. 10 states so far have definite rising in numbers. What's up?
Is the thing too loud?
No, I don't hear it.
The lawnmower? I'm about to cut the front.
Okay, can you start on that other side first? Okay. Excuse me, you guys. The 10 states where it's rising is Florida. And Florida actually they're saying is about to be the new epicenter, okay, which is really devastating for Florida because they have a lot of elderly or older residents in that state, and we already know that the disease definitely ravishes through the elderly community. So that is not good news for Florida. But on top of Florida, we have Alabama, Arizona, California, Nevada, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, and Texas. They're seeing record high 7-day averages. Okay, there are 23 states that are recording an upward trend. They're not ready to say that they're spiking, but there's 23 states that actually are definitely going up. And then there are 18 states that are seeing a downward trend, which are some of the states that was really hit big. New York, New Jersey, the cities that were hit really big at the beginning. Nationwide, you guys, more than 2 million people have had coronavirus. And right now we're coming up on 120,000 people that have died so far. And you guys, that is 120,000 since February. Okay, so very alarming. The Rona is not gone in any way. Of course, we know that on top of Memorial Day weekend, people were also out protesting George Floyd, protesting for Black Lives Matter. And now we have had groups and groups and groups of people that have been together. Granted, they've been outside, they've been marching and everything, but still, we knew that definitely was not going to help the coronavirus cases. And now we're starting to see those numbers rise as a result of those things happening. But so it's still scary, you guys, and I think that is so much going on in the world today that a lot of times we are starting to slack. We're not as diligent about washing our hands, not touching our face, not touching our eyes, but I still feel like those are the main things that we need to be aware of. Socially distancing ourselves, not touching things that we don't have to, not touching our face. You just have to move smart. If you're going to be out there and doing things, then you just have to be aware of, what you need to do to keep yourself safe. So we just have to remember it is not gone. It's not gone, you guys. I feel like we'll be back in some sort of lockdown state. I'm still not at work. There's no talk of us even returning yet, which is so crazy to me. I've never would have ever guessed that I would be off this long, you know, still getting paid. And, you know, it's a blessing. That is a blessing. But it's just such strange times and scary times and frustrating times. And, you know, we've got so many things going, just chaos. I also want to tell you guys that we need to protect. Somebody told me in my comments to protect my peace. You know, because they were like, do you like doing Top of the Blogs? You guys, Top of the Blogs is one of my favorite videos to do. It has not been as easy to do because of everything that is the climate of the world right now. So yeah, Top of the Blogs can be a drag at certain times because, you know, we'd like to have Top of the Blogs where we just laugh and have a good time. But, you know, this channel also, I can't just ignore things that are happening just because, you know, it's a bummer to me. I can't not talk about certain things on here. You guys would call me on it. You know, I wouldn't probably feel good ignoring things that are clearly happening that's affecting my community. So even though it's a bummer and it's a drag, I'm gonna do the story, unless it's just something that I just have to just be like, I can't do that today. I can't do it. But I feel like I have some sort of responsibility to you know, talk about it. I don't profess to know all the ins and outs, and, you know, I'm not political and I'm not deep and I'm not you know, I don't have all of those things, but I'm willing to try to talk about it, try to learn. You know, you guys gonna tell me when I'm wrong, and you know, so that's the reason why Top of the Blogs sometimes can be a bummer. But I do still love Top of the Blogs. You know, when it was really just about shit just happening, just entertainment wise, they're more fun, obviously. And I try to still keep that stuff in here, but we just have to be mindful. Like the climate right now is just, the shit is what it is. Sometimes we be on a good wave of laughs, shits and giggles, and then other times, like right now, everything ain't shits and giggles, you guys. But I do know how to turn off the media, you know, the news. I know how to not be on social media. I know how to mute pages that are stressing me out. You know, I know how to do all of that. I have gotten very good at disconnecting, and because I have anxiety issues, bad, but I am proud to say that I've been able to keep them. I've been able to, in this time, because coronavirus was giving me horrible stress. Then finally I was able to get it together. And even with all of the rioting and everything that's going on here, I still haven't felt my anxiety creeping back up like that, because when I feel like it's too much for me, I just don't look at it. I don't look at it. I take a break. I'm aware it's still happening, but I need this mental break. So, and I want to tell you guys to be able to try to do that as well. I have friends that nerves are so bad, and which I understand, some of them have health issues and things that they have to be mindful of themselves. I just try to listen to them and talk to them and talk them off the ledge like I would want them to do for me, and what I hope to do for you guys as well. You know, just try not to worry yourselves about it, because we can only control what we can control. Other things, you just gonna have to, you know, make the best decisions, live your life, okay? But be safe out there. So y'all just, like my rock star told me, protect your peace out there. Whatever you have to do, make sure you protect it. All right, you guys, let's talk about J. Cole. I don't talk about J. Cole often because I don't really like J. Cole's music. Like, I'm not impressed. I've never really been, I've told you guys that before. Like, I don't not like him, but I ain't never been like, oh, I'm going to get me a J. Cole album and sit down and listen, and you know, whatever they play on the radio, that's enough J. Cole for me. Now, my son loves J. Cole, and I realized that J. Cole was, I thought, what we considered our woke rapper, you know, him conscious rapper, I should say, and, you know, him talking about things that have happened in the Black community. You know, he's just been a voice for the people. We've seen him out marching, you know, incognito, you know, back when other riots and things were going on, when people were having other protests. He's been one that's been out there by himself, not trying to, you know, not trying to make a scene, not trying to be heard or anything, just out there with the people. So we have placed J. Cole in this place of being like a conscious rapper, and when you listen to Snow on the Bluff, I kind of get the feeling that J. Cole doesn't want that title any longer. This movement with Black Lives Matter and everything is very, very big. And people's eyes are everywhere trying to see who is, donating to the cause, who is fighting for the cause, who is really down for this cause. And they have put extra pressure on the celebrities, entertainers, because they want to know exactly where they lie in this whole Black Lives Matter movement. I think that the movement has gotten even too big for J. Cole. Like, I feel like it frightens him, and he's not really sure if he wants to be known as that person. The label gets placed on you whether you want it or not. Okay, you hear a lot of talk about role models and people saying, oh, don't look at me as a role model, because I can, I'm only telling you, I'm only doing what I'm doing. I'm not saying that you need to do that, but you just have to be aware that if you're in that spotlight, then people look at you as a role model. Okay, they look at you and be like, I want to be like you. Okay, and I think J. Cole doesn't want that. I don't think he wants that pressure. It's too big for him, so he's come out with Snow on the Bluff. And when you listen to the words, because I wasn't even going to talk about this, and somebody asked me to talk about it, I was just like, okay. I listened to the words, and I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I can talk about it. Evidently, in the song, he's talking about a rapper. Her name is No Name. And No Name was on Twitter tweeting about, these big name rappers who weren't really speaking out on the Black Lives Matter movement. She didn't call any names, I don't believe. She may have, but I don't think that she did. But J. Cole believed that she was also talking about him, and this was sort of his response. People have called it misogynistic because he's come out against this woman who was just simply asking a question, is like, where are you guys? What do you think? But he goes on and on in the song to kind of just be like, basically, why do you guys want me to be a leader of this movement? Like, I'm not a leader. I'm just a rapper. I'm just over here singing my songs and everything. And you guys are the ones that tried to make it seem like I'm an activist and I'm, moving for the cause and all of that. I don't want to do that, basically. He doesn't never name the girl by name, but many people have said that that's who he's talking about. And I don't know if I feel like he was just being so, talking real bad about No Name like that, or the girl, the girl. I don't know who she is. I don't know this girl, but I think that J. Cole, I feel like he's more so just pressured by this whole thing and just feeling like he doesn't want to be labeled as an activist, out there like that. Please don't put the pressure on them. Now, listen, in this Black Lives, because the movement is so large, there's certain things that some of us are better at doing than other people. There are many ways that you can join this fight. You can do it by donating money. You can do it by speaking out on your platform. You can do it by supporting Black businesses. You can do it by being out and protesting. But that's not for everybody. All of those things that I talked about is not for everybody. Some people might not have the money to donate like that, so then they can lend their time in other ways. Okay? Some people don't get out and protest. I'm not a person that's going to be in a protest walking out there like that. Okay. So then there's things that you can do that lend your voice. So you might not know what this person is doing to help further the Black Lives Matter movement. But I will say that that celebrities, because they're already in the spotlight, they're going to be asked, what are you doing? I'm sure as a rapper, a celeb, an entertainer, a musician or something like that, you just want to do your rapping, or you just want to play your instrument, or you just want to act. Okay. But it's all of that is involved because you have Black supporters and you have people that support you, and now they want to know what you're doing to support them. Okay. In this big movement. Did you guys see the 27-minute and some seconds, I guess you can call it stand-up. It was a routine that Dave Chappelle did called 846. Okay, it was named after the length of time that it took for Derek Chauvin and his police officer buddies to kill George Floyd. I keep wanting to call him George Foreman. In that stand-up, he actually says, why is it that you guys care about what celebrities think about a certain situation? You know, why do you even want to know what Ja Rule is thinking about this? He feels like, and I think J. Cole is also saying in that same vein, like, celebrities don't matter in this, okay? It's the people that's out there that's making it happen, you know, that's really wanting to affect change. We shouldn't just put the spotlight on celebrities. We should just talk about everybody, you know. Dave Chappelle just said flat out, like, I'm gonna let the young folks handle this one because this is about their future, and this is, you know, and he's proud of the fact that they look like they're getting it handled. He said that he's not gonna be out there in the forefront speaking about these certain things, and I think that this is sort of the same thing that J. Cole is saying. Did you guys enjoy Dave Chappelle's 846? I thought it was very well done. He's a comedian that I admire, and I thought that it was very well done. It wasn't anything like we just laughing. It was just some real talk, and 27 minutes of it. I enjoyed it immensely. Have you guys seen it? You guys let me know what you think about that, what you think about J. Cole's new song. Like I said, I'm not a J. Cole fan. I've never looked to J. Cole to be anything more than a rapper that he is. But I mean, yeah, there are some noticeably silent people who have been about the movement in the past. I even have to, give it up for K-Dot. Like, where is he? I'm not feeling like I'm demanding I need to see something, but it's just sort of like when you just completely disappeared and all this is going on, it just becomes strange almost. Like, where are you? What's happening? That's not to say that he's not doing something on his own. I just haven't seen it. So, but you guys let me know what you think about J. Cole's new song, Dave Chappelle's routine. Y'all let me know about that below. So Eva the Diva, Eva Marcille on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was given a peach. She's given 2 years of that peach and they have snatched it away. Okay, she did not, well, she says that she has decided along with her team that Real Housewives of Atlanta is not serving her, that she'd be better served somewhere else, and she's leaving the show. I believe that means that she wasn't offered a contract, and because they just recently they're in the middle of negotiations, and I guess hers was definitely like, this is it. So Eva will not be on the show next season. I know many of you guys will be happy about that. I would have been cool with Eva staying, but I mean, I'm not fixing to fall apart that she's gone as well. It's too bad. I mean, I hate to see any of the girls go because I feel like they were all pretty good for the show, but look, I can't worry about it, So you guys, the ones that were sick of her and just felt like she was boring or whatever, you should be happy to know that she will be gone. Now, Nene was at the head of that get rid of Eva train. I don't know if she had anything to do with it, but now they're saying that Nene has been fired. Now, I don't know if that is the correct wording to use, because when I read B article, what it looks like it was saying is that they're in the middle of negotiations, and it looks like the negotiations are falling apart, and that Nene will not be offered a contract because they can't agree on anything. That's kind of the way that I read it. I'm not sure if 100% now they're saying that she's off the show, but that's where it's looking like it's heading, that Nene is going to be gone. And that is a shock to me. I didn't think that they would get rid of Nene, but if they do get rid of Nene, like I said, I'm going to roll with the punches. Like, Nene's been off of the show before. I still watch the show. I'm going to still watch the show as long as I enjoy the show. And I don't care really who's on there. People are clamoring for Phaedra to be coming back. I don't know if that will happen, but we'll see. But yeah, Nene supposedly is gone. She's posted a picture of her laughing. And then I saw they said she tweeted something about, like, you're not going to get away with this or something. Nene likes to say cryptic shit and we don't know who the hell she talking about, what the hell she talking about. But as of now, that's the rumor, is that Nene has been fired. Eva won't be coming back. I have heard whisperings about Kenya also not getting a contract. That would be super surprising. If they got rid of Nene and Kenya, I would be shocked. Okay. But I don't have any confirmation on that. That's just, I've been hearing whisperings, and that could still very well be negotiations are still going in place and she has not received her actual contract. But, the names that I hadn't heard anything about, I hadn't heard about Cynthia leaving. I think they said Portia got her contract. I'm sure Candy is going to be returning, but we'll see. But this is the time. If Nene goes off the show, though, I'm just going to be like, well, damn. You know, between Nene and Kenya, like if they got rid of them, what would the show be? I mean, people have been asking for it to be revamped, so maybe this would be them at the beginning of the revamping. But this coronavirus, and especially with the numbers spiking and all of that, I don't even know if they're gonna even be having you know, I don't even know if they're gonna be filming anytime soon. So that's what's happening there. But you guys should be happy. Let's talk about Nene's dumbass comment that she made about George Floyd. I was like, this girl can really say some dumb things. This is not the time to compare yourself. Now, George Floyd was killed. For Nene to compare herself being attacked by these girls, you know, her verbal attack was comparable to the physical attack and ultimate death of George Floyd. I was just like, stop saying such dumb, stupid things. Don't do that, please. We can't, there's no way that you can, so disrespectful. You mad at some bitches that didn't call you ugly or something, and you comparing that to a man that's lost his life. So distasteful. She can say some stupid things. She can really say some dumb things. So, but we'll see. We'll talk about this again next week, I'm sure, because we'll get some definite numbers probably of who's left the show by then, and we'll talk about it then, y'all. But y'all gonna miss Nene, y'all gonna miss Eva, y'all gonna miss Kenya. If any of these rumors are true, let me know. All right, you guys, let's talk about B. Simone. B. Simone has been having a bad couple of weeks, y'all. We just talked about her last week with her talking about not wanting a 9-to-5 man. And fine. You ain't gotta have a 9-to-5 man. That's all about preferences. But you know, she got on a lot of people's bad side because they just felt like, I think people just feel like B. Simone has been doing too much lately. Okay. On the heels of all of that controversy last week, there have now been, I believe, 5 authors that have come out and said that B. Simone, in her book, Baby Girl, Manifest the Life You Want, they're saying that she plagiarized, stole their material word for word, font for font, completely set up the same exact way and put it in her book. Now, in her book, I haven't seen her book, but from what I understand, she has worksheets in there and they ask questions and you're supposed to fill it out, write out, you know, however you feel about things, goals, things like that. Well, supposedly, the part that she contributed to her book was her diary entries, her stories about her life, things like that. Any of the worksheet pages, though, she outsource that and let a design team handle that part. Okay. And this is where, according to B. Simone, the breakdown in communication and down, you know, outright thievery went down. 5 authors, like I said that this was their work and put that out there, tweeted that, and that was just bad news for B. Simone. I know as a fake author myself that plagiarism is very serious in the literary world. People do not take you seriously when they know that you've stolen somebody else's content. Okay, so this was not good, especially coming on the, you know, with all of the shit that's been going on with B. Simone last week. You know, people were all in there ready to be like, bitch, that's what you get because you did this, that, and the other. Okay. People will say that it is a learning, you know, this is just the bumps and bruises of learning how to, you know, run your business and trust in the right people to your team and things like that. Ultimately, it's on B. Simone because her name is on it. you know, and that's what she said in a video where she is apologizing because she just didn't realize that those things were stolen. That shit has just happened to her, and it's unfortunate. I think that more people are upset with B. Simone because she made it seem like everything that was in the book came directly from her, that it was all her creation, and now people are knowing that you've actually hired people to just kind of put stuff in the book, just put your name on it, like you had a ghostwriter, and you know, you just basically stole from these people. Now, do I think that she would have actually put that in her book had she known that it was from somebody else? I don't think that she would have. So I don't think that she knew. But, you know, life just has a way of humbling us. Life just has a way of humbling us. Things happen. It kind of knocks us off, you know, kind of gets our head back straight so that we can, you know, take care of business the right way. And this might just be one of those lessons that she had to learn. But yeah, people was giving her the blues about it because yeah, it is your brand. You have to be diligent. You have to make sure you do your due diligence and go back and make, you know, just, it needs to come from you. So yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad for old sis girl. But I'm sure she'll be fine. Y'all saw that video of her just talking regular though. Somebody said, boy, if all I knew that, you know, a little scandal like this had to happen in order for us to get her inside voice. I felt bad for her because she just looked so miserable. And I was like, I know she's probably like, fuck. But, you know, you just gotta, she did the right thing. She admitted to it right away and said that she's in contact with the authors of those actual pages that have been stolen. I'm sure there's some legalities going on right now. She's probably going to have to give up some money to these people, you know, from the profits that she's made from the book. They said that she made her first $1 million off of this book. So, yeah, them people going to be getting some money. Definitely. And then she's just gonna have to dust herself off and pick up and you know, grab the bull by the horns and you know, move on to her next project. But yeah, that plagiarism thing is bad, but I bet you she learned. Get all of my facts on this story. This is about sports. I guess this is just going to be my opinion piece. So now the whole conversation is about the NBA. I'm sorry, not the NBA, the NFL. Goodell, is that how you say his name? He is now encouraging football teams to hire Colin Kaepernick. Okay. Now, some people will say this is a day late and a dollar short. I am even wondering what type of skill will Colin Kaepernick have? He's been out of the game for so long. I know people will keep telling me that no, he's practices every day and you know, he's ready to get back out there in the field. But you guys, realistically, your body has to be conditioned. When you're not working in the same capacity of other football players that have been playing for 3 years that you've been gone, or however many years that it's been, at that level, I just don't know how you can maintain the same skill. You know, and if he could just come back in as what string quarterback would he even be coming in as? Like, I don't know enough about the sports system, but I'm just wondering if he can really even play like he could. And is this a setup for him to come back into the NFL and then maybe not do as well? And then people be like, see, he got a job back and he gonna be on the bench because he can't even, you know, does he even want to still play on the NFL? He's been very silent lately, so I don't even know if he even cares to play like that anymore, you know. But yeah, they're saying that they've offered his, you know, they're open to offering him a position back. We'll see if he takes it. The NBA, I told you guys last week that they're going to be down in Orlando and they're going to be playing at down there by the ESPN, Epcot or whatever it is, one of the resorts down there in Walt Disney World. Well, now some of the NBA players are saying they don't want to play because they believe that it'll take the focus off of the Black Lives Matter movement. Like right now, we need to be more focused on that. But then you have some bigger players, namely LeBron James, that says that he feels that he can play and still concentrate on the Black Lives Matter movement as well. So I don't know what exactly is going on there. I'm not sure if The Players Association is in negotiations with the coaches and trying to come to something that's, I mean, the business part of it is going to have to go on at some point, so I'm not quite sure when they wanting to bring it back, but the NBA is a huge conglomerate, it's a big thing. So yeah, they're going to be needing to get these people back playing so that they can get people back in the seats, and they can start making their money from everything, So, but as of now, NBA is sort of like up and, it's iffy. We don't know what's happening there. The Major League Baseball, they're in negotiations to bring it back July 17th. I think the Players Association and the commissioner, they are actually trying to figure out how many games. It's going to be somewhere between 50 and 65 games. They're going to prorate the salaries of the baseball players, for these games. That is where the negotiations are right now. But I think that's half of the baseball season, because the baseball games, it'd be like 100 and something games that they play, 120, 130 games. So I think they're cutting it in half and trying to figure out what's going to go on there. But like I said, all of these sports eventually are going to have to come on back. So when the sports do come back, do you guys plan on going to the stadiums to watch the games? They haven't even talked about how they would socially distance people. But if they do bring all of this back, are you guys comfortable enough to actually go and be a spectator? Let me know. I had to come back out here because, so if the lighting is different, you'll know why. I had to come back out because we didn't talk about Ain't Your Mama on a pancake box. Y'all, they done went on ahead. Quaker O said that Aunt Jemima is, the stereotype is racist and has been a symbol for Aunt Jemima products for far too long. So now they are removing, from what I understand, they are removing her image from the boxes. Also, her, they did the sculpture of her for the pancake syrup. They will be getting rid of all of that. And now they're also saying that they're going to take Uncle Ben off of the box for the rice too. And yeah, Quaker Oats, they woke, y'all. Now they realize that all these years that they've had, Aunt Jemima on the box, that it ain't really been right. Okay, so Aunt Jemima did get a facelift some time ago. I'm not exactly sure when, but I remember when Aunt Jemima, the original Aunt Jemima, had a head scarf tied around her head. She was like a heavy set woman, very big cheeks, smiling. They made sure they kind of exaggerated the redness of her lips. Then we went from that Aunt Jemima, people had a problem with her apron and, her sort of like a yo so boss kind of look that she had to herself. So then they said, we take the scarf off and we put a headband on. So the most recent thing had been, well, not the most recent, but in between the original Aunt Jemima and now the second one, she had a headband instead. They kind of gussied her up a little bit, didn't quite make her look so house slave-ish looking, and they thought y'all was gonna be happy with that. Y'all was not happy with that. So then Aunt Jemima got another facelift. Now she looked like my mama. I was like, they put her some big old pearl earrings on. They took the scarf off totally. She got her fresh kitchen coif, curled with the hot, put on the stove curling irons. And, she's not quite as shiny as the last one looked. She's got her makeup on. They thought y'all was gonna be happy with that Aunt Jemima. Look, Aunt Jemima got a job now. Nope, y'all still wasn't happy with that. So now they're taking it off. Aunt Jemima, the thought of Aunt Jemima is, it conjures up racial type thinking for me, because I just, in my mind, I know Aunt Jemima's just always had that look. And Uncle Ben was the same. They gave Uncle Ben a facelift too. I'm not sure if Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima was seeing each other or not. So I don't know what's gonna be the new look for that, because Aunt Jemima, are they going to change the name too? I don't think so. But I was talking to my girlfriend Val earlier today, and she was saying she didn't remember the old Aunt Jemima. But all you got to do is look at the shape of the bottle, and you know that that's not the way that she's always looked. You know, the shape of the bottle has her looking like the original one with the scarf tied on her head, and you know she got a dress on that's all the way down to her shins, and the apron and everything. So yeah, they decided they just gonna get rid of it. And does that make y'all happy, child? They didn't. These people don't know what to do. They listen. We didn't went and wore the kente cloth last week. Okay, made sure that Shaniqua had them pressed them out real nice and put them on everybody's neck. Then we turn around. Now we doing this. We done gave y'all Juneteenth as a holiday. Like what else y'all want? Keep on going. That's all we gonna say is keep on going. People are looking for reparations. I don't know how they would do that now, but you know what? I'm down. I mean, if you're gonna give me some money for some shit that, you know, my ancestors and all my people had to go through back in the day, you know, and we still suffering from because of that today, then I'm all for it. I just don't know how it would be done. But there's talks about it, so some people got some good ideas. But yeah, keep on going, okay? Did Aunt Jemima ever bother you guys? As long as they don't change the taste of the syrup, you know, because... Oh, and Mrs. Buttersworth. Oh, you know, I might be thinking about Mrs. Butterworth on the shape of the bottle. But Mrs. Buttersworth she was house slave looking as well. So we wiping all of that out. All of that out. Does that make y'all black folks happier? Guys, Versus is coming up this weekend that you guys should be excited about. Tomorrow, actually, on Juneteenth, will be Alicia Keys and John Legend. Child, the amount of yodeling and yelling that's going to be going down in that damn Versus tomorrow. I love Alicia Keys' first couple of albums. After that, I never have been a John Legend fan per se. I mean, there's a couple of his songs, of course, that I really enjoy. I love Give Me the Green Light, and I like Ordinary People. And, you know, there's other few songs that he has, but for the most part, I don't care, so I would like to hear some of Alicia Keys' songs, but, you know, I ain't got to participate. I won't be listening to that, I'm sure. But you guys make sure y'all let me know how that go. I'm sure I'll see clips and shit of it. I thought the shit happened last week. I actually thought that it happened this past Monday. But no, y'all was like, no, Roxanne, quit being shady. The shit is next week. But I wasn't being shady. I just didn't know. You guys, we do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.